Hello and welcome to the finale of Surviving 1984 from the Ashes. I'm here with Jake and Velian, our two finalists, and the jurors. So we will be going in order of elimination, but first, we will be getting some opening statements from our final two. So Velian, as winner of the final immunity, has chosen to go second. So Jake will get to go first. So I'm going to get my timer ready. The time will start when you start talking, Jake. I will give a 1 minute warning in the chat when you have 1 minute left. So Jake, you may begin.
Okay, I'll try not to take the whole 7 minutes. I don't think I will. Um, but yeah, okay, I'll try to elaborate more on your individual questions and segments. But yeah, so first of all, I want to say thank you to production for approaching me and asking me to play. I know when they first approached me, I said I didn't want to play. I said it's been a long time since I played. And, back in the day, years ago, when I played these games, I had a pretty bad reputation and they really put me in a dark place in my life. And I said I will never play again. I will never play again. I don't want to go back there. And taking years off, I felt like I was finally in a good place. And then, Tyler hit me up and said, "Hey, Jake, do you want to play this game?" I said, "Hell no." And then, a few days went by and all I could think about was like, oh my God, these games were such a big part of my life. He approached me to play. Maybe I should just give it one last go. And I said, you know what? Let me just do it one more time and see how it goes. I never in a million years would have expected to make it to the end, but here I am. So thank you, production, for asking me, and thank you all for playing with me. I've really had the time of my life. I really have. Um, as I said to a lot of you in our conversations, I came to this game not knowing pretty much anyone. Brian was the only person who I played with like 6 years ago, I think he said. I was shocked he even remembered me. But other than that, I didn't know anyone. So I thought that was going to be a huge disadvantage for me in the game. I was super nervous, but honestly, I think it turned out to be an advantage. I think a lot of the people who in this game did have kind of, connections or preconceived, information of each other. And that made them targets in the game. I think, especially on my, first swap tribe with Casey and X and Missy and all those people and Fabi and Madison, like they all knew each other. And I was sitting there like with my, they were all running around. I was just sitting there in the middle, like, hey guys, like, love me, please. I know you don't know me, but I like you. And that was like crazy. It was crazy how much everyone knew about each other. And I feel like people use preconceived knowledge as, weapons in this game. And I think a lot of the pre-relationships coming into this game were looked at as, threats rather than like advantages. Like Kira and Ali knew each other and people were so tunnel visioned on that. So I think a lot of the pre-game stuff was a disadvantage to the people who had it. And so coming in, I thought that I was going to be, in a bad place, not knowing anyone. But I think that it really worked to my advantage. So coming into this game, like I said, not knowing anyone, I wanted to focus on prioritizing one-on-one relationships with people and keeping people in the game who I felt like I had good bonds with. And I think that started out early on in my Hydra tribe. I clicked with Taisha. She was my ride or die girl on day one. I love her to death. Jonathan and I had a good relationship. Kira and I had a good relationship that evolved even stronger, as the game went on. And Zach and I had a good relationship. Jordan and I weren't that close. And originally, Zach was supposed to be the first person voted out in the game. But on my conversation with Kira and Taisha, I said, hey, look, like I have a pretty good relationship with Zach. And I want to keep the people in who I feel like I have a good relationship with. So that was kind of my mindset the whole game. And it started out on my first tribal council. I only went up to one other tribal council pre-merge, and I voted out Missy, who was the person I was least connected with, and obviously she stayed to an idol. But my whole strategy was prioritizing one-on-one relationship with people, and there were a few times in the game where the vote was going one way, and I knew that I had a good relationship with this person, and I wanted to shift it to another way. And I really wanted to position myself as a free agent in this game. I never wanted to be too vocal, but in my alliances and in my one-on-one conversations, I feel like I was pretty vocal about my thoughts and my opinions on the game. I just didn't want to be, outspoken publicly because the people who were looked at as the big threats, they really couldn't shake that off. So if I was sitting in the background, making small and subtle moves and voicing my opinion behind the scenes, I'd be able to make it to the end. And I did just that. I never received a vote this whole game. My name would never really came up as a potential option this whole game. I know people can say, oh, you were looked at as not a big threat. You had an idol that was security. And those things are true. But other people had idols. Laura had to use her idol. X had an idol. He constantly got votes. Other people weren't looked at as big threats in the game. They were voted out of the game. So I think I used, my threat level and my idol to my advantage as strategy. And I don't think that it's just coincidence that I was never brought up as an option and I never received a vote in this game. For a game of 21 people that had 2 people like return to the game and never receive a vote, that's not just luck. As I said, I prioritize one-on-one relationships. Come to the final 10, I had final 2s and final 3 alliances with every single person in the final 10 minus Ali, because Ali, we really were never on the same page until the final round. And unfortunately, the final round was, when you got voted out. And I felt like I was just a nucleus for information. People came to me with information, and I took it and I mostly leaked it. And really, none of the information I leaked came back to bite me. Like, I know that Kira and Fabi both leaked that alliance to me of Ali, Kira, Belly, Zach, Garrett. And when I ran back to my alliance and leaked that shit immediately. And Kira and I were really close at this point in the game, and no one really knew it. So I kind of painted it as Fabi who leaked it to me, but Kira confirmed that alliance to me as well. And, 1 round later, when people were trying to pitch a plan to save Zach, X came to me and said, let's put out Kira. We have this alliance with myself, Sky, Belly, Zach, Ali. We can take out Kira. And I ran to Kira immediately, leaked that shit to her, and that shit blew up. I ran to AJ and Taisha and told them that they weren't included on it. And I know AJ freaked out about that. So I feel like I was really giving people a lot of information, and none of it ever came back on me. But the information I was giving to people was really to build trust with them. And I think that worked because, like I said, final 10, I had final 2s and final 3s with everyone. And I really positioned myself as someone who I thought people would, want to take to the end. I played, aloof and naive, but I knew what was going on at pretty much every vote. Every plan, people came to me, about whether I voted with them. Like, obviously, I didn't vote out Ali. I didn't vote out Sky. But every plan, whether it worked or not, I was approached about. So I really think that I played a good game. I know that people are going to have a lot of questions because I played behind the scenes and it wasn't as open and vocal as a lot of people, but I'm happy to answer anything. I had a blast. I didn't think I would ramble on for the full 7 minutes, but I'm nervous. I know I ramble. So I love you all. I'm happy to answer any questions. And
okay. Thank you, Jake. Okay, Velian, your 7 minutes. We'll start when you start talking.
Hello, everyone. First, I want to say that I respect every one of you on a personal and on a game level. So I want to say and tell my story now as opening to my speech. And then when you ask me your questions, we can get more deep into my game. So first, I want to start with the fact that I divide my game into 3 eras. So my top era, my bottom era, and my middle era. So at the beginning, when the game started, I was in my top era. I can describe that era pre-merge. So pretty much in all 3 tribes I were pre-merge, I was in a decision-making position. First in my OG tribe, I had an alliance with Laura day 1. She told me about her idol day 2. We built connection. We were kind of downplaying our relationship. I had 3-person alliance with Casey and Ali. So I had the numbers. I had control the votes on that first tribe. I had a really nice relationship with Garrett as well. So when we swapped on the 2.0 tribe, I end up with my closest allies with Laura and Ali, and Garrett as well on a side. So I had the numbers on that tribe. Me and Ali had a 3-person alliance with Zach. We really built connection. We wanted to work with him. So that's why we voted out Chloe. That was best for my game because she was getting closer to Laura, and I wanted to have Laura closer to myself. Then when we swapped, I really saw opportunity to create connections with Sky and Kira. because I felt that I didn't build any connections before that, because I was ending up with people that I already have been on the same tribe with. So I got that opportunity. If I wanted to get them out, I had the chance because I knew Laura had the idol. Yes, I told her to play it and save herself, but I could have done like any move I wanted. But I just decided to build that relationships with Kira and Sky because I knew they had some other relationships in their OG tribe, and that was the smarter move for me. Where with Madison and Missy, they were on the bottom on their tribe, so they weren't beneficial for my game. So I just kind of wanted to bring all five together with Laura. However, that didn't happen. So we hit the merge. I end up on the bottom. Pretty much Laura got played by X. She revealed a lot of our secrets, and there was nothing I can do. I was on the bottom on the tribe, and I had to play from the bottom. Um, I really tried to play some moves there. I really tried to save Laura. It didn't work. Really tried to save Zach and Garrett. I was getting people together. I wasn't going with the numbers. I was really playing hard. Even though I was on the bottom, I wasn't scared to throw any names. I was really trying to get what was best for my game up until the point that um, I got unlucky with that black and white tribe. I end up on a tribe with two people who had idols. Taisha had immunity, and it was pretty much between me and Sky. I convinced Jake to keep me on that tribe, and X was kind of the swing vote. However, him and Sky were really close, so it wasn't the time for him to turn on Sky. So pretty much all of them voted for me, and I got the chance to come back into the game. I took the chance. Um, First, I won the Battle Back Challenge, and then I won immunity, and that was the time when I was really trying to build those connections so I can rise from the bottom and be involved in some moves. I was really trying to put a lot of trust in Jake and X, and that whole thing worked out. I get them together to save Ali. However, X didn't stick to it, and after that, I knew I couldn't trust X, but I couldn't let him know that. I was really going along with the plan that I was really trusting him because I knew that he wanted to keep me far into the game. So on the final five, when it was me, Jake, X, Sky, and Kira, pretty much Jake, X, and Sky wanted to vote for Kira, but I knew that wasn't smart for my game because I couldn't let X and Sky be together on the final four. So I was really pitching to Jake and X to get Sky out. However, in the beginning, I didn't have any luck in that, and I really tried um, to pitch to Jake to take X out because I kind of knew that X wouldn't play his idol on himself because he was doing like some crazy things throughout the game. So I knew that if he was thinking the votes were going towards Sky, he would have played the idol for her and wouldn't play it for himself. However, Jake wasn't down for that. So I just decided since Jake doesn't want to take that shot on X, so then I should convince X to make the move on Sky. So I pretty much had to promise X that I wouldn't vote for him at the four. And he kind of believed me because he was trying to set himself really good for that final four and make sure that he will have the votes to stay. I had to lie there. And then X got Sky out. Then at the four, it was best for my game to get X out because I knew I had a better chance at beating Kira at the final three challenge, which happened, and I had the chance to take her out because I knew that I didn't have the votes to win against Kira. She was a massive player. Pretty much this whole game, I was on the bottom and on the top. I was really trying to play hard. I made connections with every single one of you. I wasn't scared to throw a name. I was taking risks. I was winning challenges. I was playing strategic. And yes, if you have any questions, I'm ready to answer your questions. And
Okay. That is time. So now we will bring each juror on one at a time in elimination order. They will have 7 minutes each. I will give a 3.5 minute warning and then a 1 minute warning. So if you guys are wanting to do split time for each of them or whatever you decide to do, you'll have both of those warnings. So Laura, you are up. You can come on camera, and then as soon as you start talking, I will start your 7 minutes.
All right. So, hi, guys. Good to see you guys again. So,
hey, Laura.
I know it's no secret, Valiant and I have been close this entire game, and I haven't talked a lot with Jake, but I just want to say that my vote is completely undetermined right now. Whatever, like everything that happens in this final tribal is going to be what determines my vote. So I do have a couple questions for you guys, but I'm going to have you guys close your eyes just so that you can't influence each other's decisions in this. So I'm going to go through a list of all the jury members. I just want a simple thumbs up or thumbs down. Do you think you have their jury vote tonight? And just keep in mind, there's 11 jury members, so you need 6 votes to win. So let's start with myself. Do you think you have my vote tonight? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Okay. Garrett? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Zach? All right. Give me Zach again one more time. Okay. Fabi? All right, Ollie? All right, AJ? Interesting. Brian? Taisha? Sky? X? And Kiara. All right. Go ahead and keep your eyes closed. I'm going to do one more thing. I'm going to go through the jury members and you tell me if they were in the final 2 with you. So if you were in the final 2 sitting next to this person, would you win this game? So I'm going to go in backwards jury order this time. So give me Kiara's. Do you think you could beat Kiara?
No.
Okay.
Oh, should I answer like that or?
Yeah, thumbs up, thumbs down, please.
Okay.
X? Sky? Taisha? Brian? All right. AJ? Ollie? Fabi? Zach? Garrett? And myself. All right. You guys can go ahead and open your eyes now. So that was some interesting information. I'll let the rest of the jury do with that as they will. There was something else that I wanted to ask. I can't think of it right now. Oh, so Velian, I've got a question for you.
Go.
So you touched during your speech on how the fact that you were voted out already. Some people might see that as, well, you were already voted out once. Why should we reward that when you had a chance to win already and you came back in the game?
Yeah, because like first, I just want to say that that was like kind of because of the twist, because I think that if we were stayed on the same tribe, like all of us, it would have been me. And also if Taisha didn't want immunity, probably we could have get the votes to get Taisha. So I just kind of get screwed, and that was like bad luck on my side. However, I recovered from that, and just to make a statement, I wasn't technically out of the game. I was in purgatory, like a fair making challenge. Like the two people voted out from the tribes, they battle out, and whoever wins, they stay in the game. Like so, yes, I know I got the majority of the votes there. I just want to say that I got screwed by the split of the tribe. I got lucky that I got the chance to come back. However, me winning the competition wasn't luck. Me winning the next competition, immunity challenge, wasn't luck. And me sitting here in the final two, it wasn't luck. It was my game, social, strategic, and physical. And that's why people should vote for me.
Okay. And then let me go ahead and ask Jake, why should we vote for you to win this game? Give me just a brief statement. Why
like
should we vote you?
I think getting to the end without receiving a single vote in this game is impressive. And to me, if someone can make it to the end of a 21-person game with 2 people returning to the game and not receive a single vote, I would vote for them to win. So I think that's why you should vote for me.
Okay. Well, I think that's about all I have for you guys. It was lovely seeing you guys again. And we'll keep in touch after the game. Good luck with you guys, with the
Thank
rest
you.
of the jury.
Thank you, Laura. So next up we have Garrett. Garrett, your time will start when you start speaking.
Fantastic. First of all, hi, it's me. I'm the problem as usual. First, I want to say congratulations to both of you gentlemen for getting as far as you have, and all the dilly-dallies of making it to the finale. Like, hats off to y'all. So I really just only have one question, and it's really just for the both of you, and you guys can divide your time however to each desire you want. Just make sure everyone speaks. If you had to define your game with one move to consider your winning move, what move would that be and why? That defined your game and saying, this is the move that deserves me this dub right here, right now. What move is that and why is that your choice?
Do you want to go first, Billy, or do you want me to go first?
You can go first.
So I think that the one move that would define my game would be voting out Taisha. I think a lot of people saw me and Taisha as very close allies in the game, and I tried to portray myself as someone who focused more on personal bonds and relationships rather than individual game. I always told people, hey, look, I love you. I want to next to you to the end. And I would be so happy to lose to you. But truthfully, I wouldn't be happy to lose to anyone. So just because she was my closest ally in the game does not mean I want to sit next to her in the end, especially because she did do a few shady things to me prior to that. But going into that tribal, I knew where every single vote was going. I knew every single possible scenario was going how I wanted to. I knew I had a final 3 with Sky and X. I knew I had a final 2 with Belly. I knew I had a final 3 with Belly and X. And I knew I had final 2s with Taisha. And I had a final 2 with Kira. So every single plan that round, I was in. So I really had the final say of what was going down. And although I love Taisha as a person, I felt like a lot of people had a view that I was like her right-hand man, and I needed to separate that. So when I was talking to everyone, I know Sky at first had super hesitations about voting out Taisha because Sky, as much as I love her to death, I really do, she plays with her emotions and she felt too bad to do it. So as soon as Sky and Kira came to me to, split the votes on, not Sky, Taisha and Kira came to me to split the votes on Sky and X, I told Sky that, and that really locked her in on wanting to vote out Taisha. So Taisha was my target that whole round. As much as I love her, I felt like I really had to separate myself from her to look as more of an individual player.
Yeah, so for me, my move that I think it was like the most beneficial for my game was convincing X X that I was with him at the 4 and I wasn't going to vote for him to leave. That made him feel comfortable to vote out Sky, because I think that if he wasn't sure that I was going to vote with him at the 4, he wouldn't voted out Sky, and that could have been like different different for me, because like Jake won immunity at the final 4, and like me being with X and Sky at the 4, they could have voted for me and I could have went to a fair making challenge. So I knew I had to split them up at the 5, and I had to make a promise that I didn't keep, but it was unnecessary for my game to make it.
Okay, and really that's all I have for you guys. That was just I literally just only have one question. So I hope you guys have been doing really well. My hat's off to y'all. I cheers to y'all, and whoever wins tonight, may the best man win. And congratulations to whoever the winner is tonight. And
Thank
that's
you,
all I got,
Garrett.
Michael. That's all I
Thank-
got.
Thank you, Garrett. Okay, next up we have Zach. Zach, your time will start when you start talking.
Hey guys,
Hey, Zach.
congratulations, number one. Jake, could you explain to me how you show kindness and respect to people in this game versus outside of this game?
Yeah, in this game, I felt like I was pretty kind and respectful to people at most points in the game. I tried to build strong individual relationships with people, and because I really did care about you all as individuals. It is a game, but I really did try to get to know you and ask as many questions about you as I could, and really get as much information about you as I could, because I really do like you all as people. Outside of this game, I mean, I can be a little bit of a bitch outside of this game. I feel like I can be a little mean, but in the game, I tried to be as nice and is it fake as possible? I guess yes, but I was playing the game. I tried to form as many strong connections with you guys so that you would trust me. But it is a game, so I really did have to, present myself as probably nicer than I am. But I do love all of you as people.
And do you feel you showed me kindness and respect in this game?
I think that. Look, I do think that I showed you kindness and respect in this game. You don't see it, but I did love you. I said it many times in my confessional that I loved you. I saved you twice in this game. You were about to be voted out instead of Jordan, but I really valued our relationship. You were about to be voted out instead of Garrett, but I, flipped that vote onto Garrett. And then I only voted you out because the night that Garrett got voted out, you called me and you said, look, Jake, I know that you have been lying a lot in this game and throwing me under the bus, which was true. But you were the only person, honestly, in the whole game who called me out on being a liar and being shady. So when you did that to me, and although we had a good relationship and you were right to do it, I felt like I could no longer play this game with you, because you did understand that I was saying a lot of things about you and honestly about a lot of people.
Okay, thank you. Valiant, could you explain to me how you show kindness and respect in this game versus outside of this game?
To you,
In general,
how I showed kindness and respect to people
in this game versus outside of this game.
and outside of this game. I think that I'm always there for people when they need me. I always want to help, and I never hold grudges against people. If something happened bad between me and somebody, I just try to talk it out, to show respect, to understand why the other person thinks that way, and not to judge them. Like we can have like different opinions, but I try to understand where they come from. And yes, like I don't want to have like bad blood with anyone, and that proves my actions with X. Like we kind of had a fight, and then like we get through it, and we kind of like even like work together and show like respect to each other. That's how.
Do you feel you showed me kindness and respect in this game?
Yes. I feel like I didn't do anything wrong. Like to you, I was talking to you as much as possible. I was always being nice to you. Like you can tell me like if I was rude or something. Um,
All
I
right,
don't know.
thank you guys.
Thank you.
I'm just gonna speak to everyone here, and obviously you don't have to listen to my rant if you don't want to. Um, in this game, outside of this game, you treat people with kindness and respect regardless. Okay, just because it's a game of Survivor doesn't mean you need to treat people rudely. Need to not be considerate of others' feelings and things like that. And very few people in this game were actually considerate and genuine towards me, in my personal opinion. Whereas when I spoke to someone, I was kind and considerate and genuine towards them, regardless of the game. So remember that in the future, whenever you guys are playing this game or any type of other game, it's a game for literally no money and no stakes. So that's all I have to say. Congratulations to you two for making it to the end. It was a terrible game to play, and I applaud you guys for getting through it. Thank you guys. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you, Zach. Okay. Next up, Fabi is not able to make it tonight. He has sent us a vote. So next up is Ali. Ali, whenever you start talking, I will start your turn. Clown.
Okay, hi, hey guys. Okay, Center timer, bro, for real. So anyways, congratulations on making it here. Belly, last year, this time I was in the final two seats at our first game together, and you were on the jury. So like, hey, look, bro, now like I'm on the jury and you're in the final two seats. So I really want to applaud you for making it here. Jake,
Thank you, King.
bro, you're welcome, Queen. Anyways, Jake, I talked a lot in the jury, a lot, and I see your gameplay, and I feel as though you played such an amazing game. I'm sad we couldn't talk all that much, but in our minuscule conversations about crab, about Red Lobster, I did enjoy your company. So, to my comments, which I didn't know we were supposed to comment on the fucking shit. My vote is completely open. I want to vote for the best player to win this game. This is one of my favorite games I ever played. And yeah, I met amazing people. But I have to say this, bro. But Kira is my winner, bro. Honestly, I love Kira. But anyways, so my question is, Jake, question for you, brother. Why do you think you managed to get 0 votes throughout the entire game? Was it because of your low-key nature, your social prowess? Like what made you think you got 0 votes so far in the game? You know?
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully the 0 votes does not continue tonight, but that's up to you guys.
Yeah.
A mix of a lot of things. You can't really win on one thing.
Yeah.
Like I said, focused on making really personal relationships with people and really promised a lot of people to the end and said, like I said, I would love to sit next to you and lose to you. But obviously I didn't want to lose. I do think that a lot of people came into this game with bigger targets on their back than I did. So I'm not naive to think that that didn't help me in the game. And look, I thought that when my idol got leaked, it was a disaster for me. But I'll openly admit that I think it was the best thing that could have happened to my game, because everyone knowing I have an idol made them scared to vote me out. And anytime I spoke to someone, I said, oh my God, I'm so nervous. I'm so paranoid. I'm going to use my idol this round. I'm going to use my idol this round. So I really want to scare people from voting for me.
Yeah.
It was never using it. I never planned on using it. I wanted to keep it literally to the end of the game.
Yeah.
And the subtle move that didn't really get shown because it never impacted the game. And I don't even know if people ended up figuring this out or not, because I did tell Kira and Brian individually to help build relationships with them. Not to wait, I don't want to take up too much of your time, but the round that it got voted out, before that tribal council, X gave me his idol. And when he gave me his, I actually kept his idol and gave him my Hydra idol, because I felt like he was going to be more willy-nilly with it. And if he played my Hydra idol, it wouldn't get rehidden. And I wanted to have full control of all the advantages in the game. So I knew if I had his merge idol that he gave to me, I would know if I played it, it would get rehidden. But if X played his idol, and I figured he probably would at some point because he was, all over the place, it wouldn't get rehidden. And like I said, I just want to have good connections with everyone. I want to have full knowledge of all of the advantages in the game. And I felt like it was all of these small things, and that's why I didn't get any votes.
Perfect. Damn, only 3.5 minutes left. Veli, listen, my boy. Talking to you was mad fun. Talking to you for 2 hours, screaming at you, and then you being like, Ali, you don't trust me. Fucking hilarious, bro. Fucking hilarious.
Love you.
One thing, Veli, which I think you misplayed on, was the fact that you did not trust people as like at all, really, in the game. So I want you to let me know, who did you actually trust in the game? And also, second question, bro. Only if you haven't answered this question. Second question. I think why did you not want to sit next to like people like Sky or X, who blatantly made enemies in the game, who blatantly
I
lied to
know.
people nonstop? Like, you're sitting next to someone I think will be a little bit harder for you to beat because Jake played an amazing game. So why not take Sky next to the end where you might have a little bit more of a chance? No shade.
Yeah,
No
so
shade enough.
first I was thinking about that as well.
Mhm.
Because like I knew that a lot of people were against X and against Sky.
Mhm.
However, I think that X and Sky played like a major role in this whole merge, and I think X made the best and the biggest moves,
Mhm.
and I think his resume was like too big to stay next to him.
Mhm.
And with Sky, I was open to sit next to Sky, but at the 5, I knew I had to split them to make sure that I would get further in the game. And
Mhm.
since Jake didn't want to make that move on X, because we could have make it and get him out at the 5, I knew I had to split Sky and X out. And what was the first question? Why
I'm gonna
I
change up
didn't
that
trust
question, bro.
people?
Why do
Yeah,
you
so
deserve to win over Jake? That's my question now.
yeah, so I think I took more risks than Jake. My game was so more dynamic. I was making moves. I was getting people together. I approached every single one member of the jury to make a move on someone at some point of the game.
Mhm.
I wasn't scared to throw any names. As I've said, I was on the top, I was on the bottom, I was on the middle, I was a key player. I got voted out, I returned into the game, I won immunity. So my game was more
Yeah.
active, more riskier, more dynamic, and that's the way I see it.
I
And
understand that.
I trust you like 100%, and the others I don't trust. Honestly, the next person I trusted was Laura, and that was it.
Yeah,
And
the
and,
funniest
that
moment
was
of the
for a
season.
reason, because they
I don't
didn't
trust
trust.
them. I don't trust this person.
I don't
I don't
trust
trust
it.
them. But yeah.
Yes.
No, honestly, but ending off, I love playing with you guys. It was really fun. Honestly, I want to have the best winner of the season. We all wish we were sitting in your seats. So like, y'all deserve to be there. So congratulations. All love, honestly. No hatred, bro.
Thank you,
Now I'm
King.
gonna get some Starbucks, bro, for real. I'm gonna need some coffee, bro, for real. But good luck, all right? Peace, y'all. Much love, all right? Peace.
Thank you, Ali.
You're welcome.
Next up, we have AJ. AJ, your time will start when you start talking.
Hello, beautiful people. I am so happy to see y'all at the very end. Y'all have done great things. I'm going to piggyback off of what Ollie just said. Like, y'all did this ish. Like, let me tell you something. 19 other people signed up to do what y'all are doing tonight. And I want y'all to just feel yourselves. Like, y'all did it. Like, we couldn't do it, but y'all did it. Like, y'all are hot ish, and I want y'all to own it. I want y'all to bask in this moment. Even though one of y'all are going to win, y'all did great things in this game. Full stop. Now, I do genuinely believe y'all are beautiful, wonderful souls, and I am happy for you. And I'm going to ask a couple questions, and it's only going to be 2 questions. And the person who goes first with my first question will go second with my second question. Make sense? Okay. We are all human. We are all people in this game, and I believe in genuinity. I believe in kindness and all that good stuff. So one question I want to have, and this game got stressful at times. This game's got not fun at times. But what did you do to add to the fun of the season? Like, make people feel good and be like, you know what? I'm glad I signed up because this person did this to me. And whichever one of y'all want to go first can go first. How did you make the season more fun? How did you bring joy, happiness? Go.
Want to go? You want me to go first, Billion? I don't care.
Like, you can go, I can go. Go,
Okay.
go, Jake. Yeah,
So,
go.
like I said, coming into this game, like these games, I've told everyone, they put me in a really dark place. You know, they made me never want to play again. I don't know if I'll ever play again. I know you and I have had this conversation many times. But like, I can't do this anymore because, I mean, there were a lot of crazy people who added to my anxiety and stress outside of this game. But I always tried to keep things light and fun and just like have a lot of banter. You know, our first call, AJ, was one of my favorite calls of the game, even though we didn't talk that much gameplay, but I remember cracking the fuck up the entire time. And I think that a lot of my gameplay and calls focused on making people laugh and laughing and having a lot of conversations. Like the highlights of my game were like the calls and laughing. Like Taisha and I, oh my God, if you guys could have been on our calls on our first Hydra Tribe, like you will not, like I can't. Like we got in trouble by production because we were just fucking shooting the shit and laughing about so much shit. So really it's just like the calls and the humor in it. I feel like I really did try to bring a lot of laughter amongst like the craziness, and all of my individual conversations with you guys, like I loved it, and I tried not to add to any chaos, but I probably did behind the scenes, so I'm sorry for that. But you know, in the moment I really tried my best to have like a light and fun time.
Yeah. Hey, AJ. So I
Hi.
just want to say that with just being myself, I would say probably my accent was fun to some people. I don't know. Um, some things that I've said or that I didn't have any materials for some challenges, people made some fun on that. It was a great game with great people. I had so much fun talking to every single one of you. And yes, I don't know. Like you confused me with that question.
No, like the reason why I asked that question is because I don't want people to forget like why we do this. Like this is a game that's supposed to be for fun. Zach said,
I
we're not playing
agree.
for nothing or anything like that. This is supposed to be a good experience and an enjoyable time. And I'd hate that to get lost sometimes in some of these games. And so I just want y'all to remember that if y'all play a future game, keep it light and fun. And if not, baby, live life your best. But my second question, which is going to be more a serious question, I genuinely want to know what does winning mean to you? Like these people will look back on the season, you would have been crowned the winner. What does it mean to you to be crowned the winner of Surviving 1984 season 3? Belly, go first.
Oh, but that's a really tough question. So it's going to be my first org win, so it will means a lot. Um, I really think I played a great game. I don't know if the jury see it, and that's why I'm here to explain it. I feel like getting into these games, I'm always underestimated because English is not my first language, and you know that we speak in English here. We need to convince each other in English, and I think I have like a disadvantage, and me winning this game it will mean a lot. Honestly, it's going to be my first win. I'm a really big fan of the show, and I would love to win like a Survivor game, and yeah, that's it.
Thank
Jake, you can
Appreciate you,
go.
Belly.
Thank you. Look, you know, I actually like almost got choked up when you asked this question. I really did. Like coming into this game, like when I used to play games all the time, like years ago, everyone hated me. Everyone hated me, and you know, put me in such a dark place. So when I came back, this 6 years later, I never seriously ever in a million years would have ever thought that I would win. Never mind make it to the end. So it would mean everything to me just to know that everything I've done or went through so much shit that you guys would never even imagine. I can't even explain years ago to get me here to win. It would mean everything to me. I put my heart and soul into this game. I really did. I knew coming into the final two that I probably would have had a lot of explaining to do because I was more behind the scenes and not in your face, but I never would have expected to get here. And I feel like I put so much work and heart into this game that it really would mean everything to me. It really would.
Thank y'all for answering my questions. I love both of y'all. Y'all are both beautiful souls. Y'all are halfway through the jury questioning. Y'all doing great. Keep killing it. Have a good night.
Thank you, AJ.
Thank you, AJ. Okay. Brian is unable to be here right now, so we are going to move on to Taisha. Okay, Taisha, your time will start when you start talking.
Hey,
Can you hear
Ty.
me? What's
Yes,
up? Hi. I'm so proud of both of you for
Queen.
making it this far. I feel like in this game, like I understand both of y'all's games, like honest, like even when I was in the game, I understood where both of y'all like stood and where y'all were in the game. So y'all just explaining it honestly just confirms everything I already know about game. And I tell y'all, when I'm in the game, what did I say? I say I value personal relationships, how someone makes me feel. And so I want y'all to go through every single jury member and compliment them. When y'all get to me, though, butter it up. So every single jury member, go through and give us a compliment. Tell us how much you love us, or hate us.
Mhm.
Who wants to go first?
Jake.
Okay, I'll always
Okay,
go
let's go
first.
through Laura. Laura.
It's fine. I'll go first. Yep. Laura, it's no secret that you and I did not spend a lot of time together. I didn't get to know you. But you were a master strategist and, just you had so much information based on what people told me. When we first merged, everyone threw you under the bus and said, "Oh, she has all these notes, all this research." And I was like, "Damn, like this bitch is a book of knowledge." And I'm like, that scared me, but it's a good thing. Like I think that's a really good thing. Garrett, I think that you are super funny. Your stories always kept everyone entertaining. So I think that you were just a light on the game. Try to keep track of the order. Zach, you have such a big heart. You wear emotions on your sleeve, and a lot of people can't do that. Like I said, I tried to not show my emotions as much as possible in the game, but I really respect how much of a big heart you have, and you're just a very warm person. Fabi's not here right now, but Fabi is my boy. I said he is the only person in this game who I felt like did not have a single mean bone in his body. He was just super sweet all the time, and I loved him. Ali, Ali and I, we were not always on the same page, but he was one of my favorite people to talk to just because we were both we didn't bullshit each other and we just respected each other. And I think that's just, a good quality to have when we knew we weren't on the same side and we weren't being fake to each other. We talked about crab and lobster and shit like that and just, had fun instead of, talking game when it didn't matter. AJ really was like a brother to me and one of my favorite people to talk to. We always talked for hours. I felt like we were like trapped inside of a lot of craziness and a lot of crazy people, and we were like the somewhat sane ones. And he always made me laugh. He was always fun to talk to. Brian, he's not here, but he was like a big teddy bear. He was the only person who I played with like 6 or 7 years ago, and I was honored that he remembers who I was. He was always super sweet to me, even when I voted him out and tried to make a move and it failed. He came to me with open arms and was just so warm and fuzzy to me. Taisha, I'm not saying it because it's your question. Our calls for my you fucking killed me and cracked me the fuck up, especially on our original Hydra tribe. Like our calls, I'm not kidding. Like if I said, if people were there, I can't. Good thing they're not shown to the public, but you always cracked me the fuck up. It's not even funny. It is funny, but Sky. Sky is such a warm person. She's emotional and plays with her emotions. And I respect that because I tried to hide my emotions as much as possible, as I said earlier on. And I just respect how warm and open she was. She was not afraid to cry, unlike me. X, oh my God, he was such a big player in this game. And, I always told him I thought he was hot as fuck. I don't even care. I'll say it out loud, X. That's a compliment. Just take it. And Kira, she had this just like, I don't mean to offend anyone, but Kira, you just have like big dick energy. I can't even explain it. I said that before. I'm like, you're so chill. You have like the skater girl vibe. You're so cool. Like I would want to be your friend. Like I just think you're super cool. So yeah, I love you all.
Okay, so I'm starting with Laura. Laura, thank you so much for being a great ally. You're so smart, so strategic. You're an amazing person as well. Garrett, you were so funny, so genuine. We had amazing conversations. So, and I'm a big Taylor Swift fan as well. So, um, Zach, I think you have a really beautiful heart. We have a really genuine connection, and I hope you stay the same person that you are, really emotional and just beautiful in your soul. Then Fabi, you are so sweet, so nice. I really enjoyed our conversations. Ali, you're the funniest person I know. I adore you. AJ, you had like biggest smile. You are always smiling, and I really enjoyed that. Brian, you're such a beautiful heart, such a beautiful soul. Taisha, you're the queen. Like, you're the best social player I've seen. Our conversations were joy. We had really personal stuff in our conversation. I really respect you and love you. Sky, you're amazing. Me and you had like the longest conversations. Um, you're so understandable, so sweet, so positive. X, I know you hate me, but I really enjoyed our conversation. I think you are like the biggest player this season. You have a great strategic mind, and you're a really kind heart. And then Kira, you're a badass queen. You are killing it. Amazing. That's it. I don't know what else to say.
I appreciate all of that. I want us to stop it with Jake. You know, from the start of the game, I would not have made it without you. Like, I was going crazy and I needed an outlet. You gave me the outlet, and I will always be appreciative of it. I think you're funny as hell and you're a good ass player. Veli, my very first game I won, you helped me get that fucking win. I will always be appreciative because you recognize the game. And I will say the same. I wishing both of you the best of luck. I love you both. And
Thank you, Ty.
Thank you.
Thank you, Taisha. Okay, next up we have Sky. Sky, your time will start when you start talking.
Wait, hold on. Okay, sorry, the light was too bright. Okay. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Hey,
Hey, congratulations to both of you. This has been an amazing journey. I think that I know that we spoke around, the jury roundtable and how amazing it was to like meet everybody. So I'm so glad that I met both of you. Both of you have a very special place in my heart. So you guys probably know this because I talk about this a lot, but gameplay is something that I really, really look into, right? And Jake, I'm going to start with you because shout out to Laura for asking those questions. But you actually answered that you said that you could probably beat me in the finale. And I kind of want to know what makes you, like, what would have made you stand out, not necessarily compared to me, but just what would have made you stand out game-wise, that you could have won against me.
Yeah, so look, I love you. Obviously, you look beautiful tonight, first of all. You never know how the jury is going to react. So when I was answering those questions, I thought, look, Sky, I'll be honest, a lot of the people who left the game seem to have a lot of, bitter feelings towards you. So I did look at you as someone who, hey, I could maybe beat them in the end. I think you were a very vocal person. You were in your face. Everyone understood your game. I felt like a lot of people didn't understand my game. I didn't leave a lot of a sour taste in the mouth of a lot of jurors, which unfortunately I think that you did on their way out. And I did feel very confident in my game, although I know I wasn't as vocal and as open as other people. I knew what was going on pretty much every round. I never received a vote in the game. And I did feel like if I got to the end, which, I am right now, I would be able to make a case for myself. Obviously, it's no guarantee. When I put my hands up or thumbs up, thumbs down, that was just on my gut feeling. I feel like I actually made a case for myself against anyone. I felt that confident in the way that I played, but I do know that some people came into the game or even were towards the end had a big perception on the way they played, whether they made all these moves or not. I knew the jury had this perception of people. So I do feel like my answer were based on what I knew the jury perceived you. So do I think you played a good game? I do. Do I think that you could have beat me? I think there's definitely a chance of it, but I felt confident in my game and my ability to not, play as emotionally as you did. And I think that a lot of jurors could have respected that.
Cool. Awesome. Veli.
Sky,
So
baby.
obviously we played a very we were close in a sense, like we were obviously personally very close. But game wise, I think that we had a lot of hiccups. Was there anything that you can, I'm trying to word this correct. I'm trying to word it weird, not trying to be weird. This is nerve-wracking. Like, I'm nervous for you guys. Okay, so like, was there any moment within the game where you were like genuine with me? Like, did you genuinely want to work with me, or was it all just like a facade? Did you, kind of, was that part of your game plan essentially? Because like, that's what I really want to know.
Yeah, so I was like back and forth. So first in the pre-merge tribe that we were in, I was really genuine on me wanting to work with you and Kira and going together at merge. Probably I did a mistake there that I didn't confess. That's like, I don't regret telling Laura to play her idol because I trusted Laura and I wanted her as a number. I regret not telling you afterwards that I did it. So I really wanted to work with you there. I was closer to Kira only because of the fact that I was closer to Ali and he was closer to Kira, and I kind of had like more trust with Kira. However, I really wanted to work with you. And then the second time I really was honest and wanted to work with you is when I created that chat with you, me, X, Ali, and Zach to save Zach. You know, I was really genuine because like I was really upset at Kira because I felt that she leaked the plan when we were trying to get the vote on AJ last round. So I didn't want to work with Kira at that time, and I knew that you wanted to go after Kira, so I really wanted to work with you at that time, and I was really genuine there. After that, like then like we didn't have the chance to start and like make something together after that. Like you voted for me, I voted for you then, like when they split us in the black white tribes. Then like with the Ali vote, we voted differently. So probably those 2 times I really wanted to work with you. And you know that me knowing that Laura had the idol, if I wanted to get you out, I could have. But I was really genuine to wanting to work with you, like going into the merge, because I really knew that I needed those connections. And I think that me and you had a really, really nice and genuine conversations, like personal and game wise. Because like did you believe me game wise, like in our conversations?
No.
But I think, yes, I think somebody, honestly, I'm gonna say it, I think somebody made me a really big target even before I meet people. Because like when you came in that tribe, you already knew that I was a target. And I was really like trying to change that.
I only have 1 more minute left. So real quick, because this is something, I don't know if we said this already, guys, there's been so much talking, but I want to know what each of y'all's favorite moments from like one favorite moment from this game.
Me winning the battle back competition and then like winning immunity right after that.
That's fair.
My favorite moment in the game, I love all the conversations I've had with people. My real favorite moment in the game was when I won the immunity in the live night, because I did the word search like 20 minutes earlier, accidentally deleted it, had to do it all over again. And I was so proud of myself that I still did it and beat you all. So that was my favorite moment because I was stoked.
And winning the final 3 challenge as well.
Well, congratulations to you both. Best of luck. And yeah, that was it.
Thank you, Sky.
Thank you, Sky. Okay, next up we have X. X, I will start your time when you start talking.
Well, my final 3 in the final 2. I just want to say before I get into my speech, I do adore both of you. I hate neither of you. I personally put myself out there with everyone and really got to know people and become friends with you. So I want you both to know, regardless how my vote goes, regardless of the gameplay, I do adore both of you. And truly look at both of you as friends. Game time. It's X time. One more time. I want to look at your pros and cons. Jake, you stated that you've got no votes all game. Big pro. Something I still would have gone against because I think there was like a lot of cons you had. Another pro, you were never really targeted. Obviously, you had no votes, but you really were never targeted. I never heard your name as a legitimate vote. It was always other people. There was a lot of people that you were surrounded by that were bigger threats, and I think that really is the best gameplay because you were always positioned. You had the loyalty, but you were never the biggest target. Some of Velian's pros, I think, is that Velian had to fight a lot. Velian really never had anything handed to him. He wasn't part of a majority alliance. Velian was always loyal to people. He really did, when he gave you his word, for the most part, it really did mean a lot. I'm not going to count the fact that he felt the need to backstab me. It was a great move. I look at people who he was loyal to, and he always had their back. Huge pro. You won the Purgatory. You literally had to fight against one other person, and it was do or die. And not only that, but I think the fact that you bounced back from that, I look at the fact that I was an alternate, and it really gave me motivation. I feel like that was like your defining moment, like a realization that like you need to like put a little more effort, maybe change some things, and I think you did based on the speech. Looking at some of your cons, Jake, I think a con for you is that you really, at least from a game perspective, you really didn't have to like overcome a lot. You were good with people, but you never were challenged. You had an idol, and granted, you didn't get votes, but you did have an idol. Me and you both had the idols. I think a lot of people gave that so much power that it became like a constant immunity necklace, regardless of having that. I think another factor that was a con for you was the fact that when you did try and make other moves, I did clip two of them. They failed. You never actively made a big move, I think, all game. There was always bigger targets that had to go at the end for you, I think, to have a shot. Velian, I think a con for you is, honestly, you didn't have a lot of power, I feel like, in the game. You were a vote, but a lot of people didn't include you in the majority votes. You were kind of in game looked as an easy beat, someone that people wanted to take to the end. And that's nothing discreetly against your game. I just think that was how you were perceived. I also can't help but look at two other factors that you technically were voted out. You stated that you weren't technically voted out, and I agree, but that entire round was played as if two people were going to be leaving out of the game. You had four people look at you and say, you're not good for my game for whatever reason. Jake never had that. Jake never had people look at him and say, you're not good for my game. I have to vote you out. I also think the other thing, the loved ones challenge, and this is just me being petty. Every contestant that was in the main game fought in that challenge. You didn't, and it worked out for you. I will say that it was an immunity win. It worked out. I just can't help but look at like that was a tough challenge, and you didn't compete in it. But with that said, I think both of you did play great games. I do want to mention that, Jake, I think your best game move, ironically enough, was just laying low, building them connections, making people feel good with you. Because I felt good with you all game. I never questioned your loyalty to me. I never felt the need to. I knew that no matter how crazy I was, I would have your loyalty. You clipped me and you played me and you gave me, and I did not know about the Hydra idol. I did mention to you, I think we should switch them. You did it before me. I think that was brilliant. Something I was unaware of. Velian, I think your best game move was always fighting. I respect the hustle. I respect the fact that you never gave up. That is something that is super valued by me because I've been in the bottom positions. I've had to fight. I was lucky to be wanted by people because I've never had that. I do want to say though, the final 5 move on Skye, I don't think I can give you credit for two reasons. The major reason was because it was actually me and Kira's conversation. She emotionally gave me a lot of information, told me about herself. That really impacted me. I knew from that moment I was not giving her 5th. I intended to give you 5th. Ironically enough, I was going to idle Kira that round and give you 5th, but obviously your friend won you immunity. And the second reason, I wanted to separate my gameplay from Skye. I wanted to show that I could maybe stand on my own 2 feet. I fucking flopped, but I wanted to show that I could separate my game. You really didn't have any factor in that. Me coming to you, telling you that, hey, Velian, I want to make sure that we're good, that I have you and Jake's back, wasn't meant for anything other than to make sure that you maybe still felt good with me. But I applaud you for lying to me at Final Four, because you and Jake really made me feel so safe that I didn't try and keep Kira, and I respect that. I just want to ask you guys one question. And I'll start with Jake. I want you to pick 3 jury members to take off the jury right now, and I just want you to give me their names.
Ollie, Laura, and Zach.
Okay. Velian?
Fabi, you, and Kira.
I appreciate that. Guys, I just want to say I had a fucking blast this season. I really got to open up, be myself, make some honest friends. I fucking adore both of you. Roller coaster of a ride with Velian, Jake, true brother. You're fucking amazing. You're hot. Love you. But with that said, I had a blast and good luck. I can't wait to see who takes this home, and I will be happy with either of you guys. You guys really did that. Thank you.
Thank you, X.
Thank you, X. Okay, and last but absolutely not least is Kira. Kira, your time starts when you start talking.
All right, guys. Well, welcome to this final stage. This is your last question before you guys get to wrap it all up. So congratulations for making this far, and congratulations for answering the questions from the jury as this far. I think that you guys are both very eloquent, and you've been able to explain yourselves very well. Jake, I guess a lot of my questions have already been like asked, so as I'm trying to figure out my backups now. But Jake, okay, so when just before like going into Final 3, we had talked about you know, me and you, if you won or if I won, us two going to the end together. And I guess I'd like to know the truth in that, or if that was propping me and you wanted to take Veli either way.
Yeah, I would not have taken you to the end. I love you as a person. I would have looked at you as a bigger beat than Velian. And secondly, you know, the round at Final 5 where I won't lie, I knew a lot what was going on for the most of the game. I did think you were going home. And on your way out, I basically told you like a lot of my gameplay. I was like, oh, you know, I never seen Vo. I felt really good. I built a lot of strong connections. And you stayed. I'm like, oh, damn, this chick might not want to take me now. So I did, yeah, obviously when you stayed, I tried to, you know, solidify everything we once had. Because before the one-day tribes, for that period of time, you were the person in the game who I felt the closest to. We had really transparent calls, but then there's something that happened after that tribe where I just felt like we weren't ever on the same page again. And after I tried to vote you out, I felt like it was really over. So no, I would not have taken you to the end.
Okay. And Veli, I was going to mention the same thing that X said about your biggest move being voting Sky, or making X feel comfortable in voting Sky because he wouldn't have done it without you. Well, he uses idol, so he didn't really need you. And I think that between X and I, that was our gameplay. And we made that decision together. So my second thing for you is, and this could just be my perception, and I don't mean this to be coming off at all wrong, but you said that you were never scared to throw out a name. However, I feel as though your gameplay was very scared. I think this whole game, you've kind of been paranoid. That was one of the very first things that Ali said to me when I merged into Rhodes, was that you play a very paranoid game. So that was definitely something in my 4 all the time. I knew that I couldn't be super close with you coming into merge because you were super close with Ali, and in order to get Ali all to yourself, you would need to get me out. So, you know, in that light of like you playing a scared game, as well as this 3-woman alliance when there are umpteenth other men who are all working together, not all working together, but have their own little groups going on. You know, why was that such a big sore in your eye? Or, you know, or you can tell me why you don't think you played a scared game.
Yeah, so I just wanna start first with the scared game. I don't think I played a scared game because I was trying to get people together to make a move. And if I was scared in my gameplay, I would have gone with the numbers. I wouldn't start anything. And I created a chat when it was Zach, myself, X, and Ali together to get you out. And we almost did it. It was Jake who refused to do it. And that was me getting them together. When Ali left, I get Jake, X, and Ali together in an alliance. Like not an alliance, but in a chat to try and make a move on Brian. Also, it was like my idea to get the people with you, Ali, Zach, Garrett, and I don't know who else on the chat to get the votes on AJ. So I was always out there every single vote. I was pitching somebody else's name. I wasn't going around for people to tell me a name. I was always the one throwing the name. First, when Laura left, I was pitching Sky. Then I was pitching AJ and X for the second vote. When Zach left, I was pitching you. When they voted me out, I was pitching Sky. Then when Ali left, I was pitching Brian, Brian, AJ, you, Sky. So I wasn't scared to throw a name. I wasn't scared to pitch a plan. I wasn't scared to bring people together. Yes, my plan was failing because people didn't have trust in me, but I was building that trust that I needed for my end game, and it was there with Jake and X. And I think these two people were really the key in my end game. And that's why I said that the first half of the merge, I was on the bottom, and I knew that. I was really trying to make something happen, something different than the majority alliance wanted to. And I wasn't scared to be like the opposite of that and try to make something happen. It didn't happen, I know. But then I kind of like recovered and got myself here. And I wasn't going along with Jake. I wasn't going along with X because like
Okay,
I
I'm
voted
gonna cut you off
differently.
really there for a second because I only have 1 minute left because I get your point
Okay.
on the scared part. Now I want to understand why you were so afraid of the 3 women who, especially towards the end of the game, weren't working with each other because y'all had split us so far apart. So why was
Because
that
like
such a thing in your eyes?
the 3 of you were the best players in this game. Like I wanted all 3 of you out. That was the reason. I really respect you as a game players, but I didn't see you in my final 2, final 3 seats, you know?
Okay. And that's my time. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kira. Okay. Kira, if you could go off camera for me.
Oh,
You're
duh.
good, you're good.
Sorry,
Okay.
my limelight.
You're fine, you're fine. Okay, so now I'm going to give each of the final 2 a chance to give their 2-minute closing statement. So Velian will go first this time, and then Jake. I will give you a 30-second warning in the chat. So Velian, you may begin. Your time will start when you start talking.
Okay, guys, so I just want to start with that if you were at my place, on my spot in this game, think of what game you should have played. So I think I played the best possible game with the best possible people I have, with the best possible position I was in. And I think I made the best possible moves for my game, for my position, post-merge. And I think where with Jake, I feel like he could have made bigger moves because he was in a really better position than myself, but he didn't do it. Like he was like staying safe in his majority numbers, and I was out there trying to get the numbers to make a move to do what was best for my game. I really think that final 5 move, convincing X to get rid of Sky, because if he knew that I wasn't with him, he would have get Kira out and tried to get Sky on his side, because he knew he was a really big threat and he was really trying to survive and get to that final 3 or final 2 spot. And also, like getting Kira out, I didn't set that as my biggest move, because I think that convincing X to get Sky out is like even bigger move than getting Kira out itself, because like Kira was like massive player in this game. She played one of the best games. She was threat from the beginning and she survived up till final 3, and I knew I had to cut her. So if you guys don't think that getting like Sky out was my move, so then take it with Kira. I won that final 3 immunity challenge. I bring myself here. I played the best possible game I could have played. And I made connection with every one of you. I was really trying to play a loyal game to the people I was with. I get myself at that final 2 spot, and
Thank you, Valen.
okay, that's it.
Okay. Jake, you will have 2 minutes. I will give you a 30-second warning in the chat. Your time will start when you start talking.
Thank you very much. I heard from Velian just now, and I heard it from a lot of jurors. You have to make a big move, a big move, a big move. I think it's a misconception in the game that you have to make a big move. You should focus on making the right move, not the big move. The tribal council that Garrett got voted out, that whole day, Zach was getting voted out. I went to my alliance and said, hey, we need Bobby's vote if we want to vote out Zach, and he's not going to do it. Bobby never told me that. The truth is, I wanted Garrett out because I didn't feel a connection with Garrett. That was the right move for me. It wasn't the big move. The next round, the tribal council that Zach got voted out, the whole alliance came to me and said, vote out Kira. X came to me and said, let's do this. Let's vote out Kira. I said, I'm not doing that. Just because it's the big move, it doesn't mean it's the right move for me. Kira and I had a good relationship in the game, and I wanted to keep as many big threats in the game as possible because I knew they'd be targeted over me. The Brian vote, he didn't get voted out, obviously. The tribal that Ali went home. That alliance came to me and said, let's vote out Taisha. And I said, I'm not voting out Taisha. Let's vote out Brian. Brian has really good relationships with Kira, with Taisha, with Sky. I wanted to make sure that I was the closest one with a lot of people. So I said, let's vote out Brian. Obviously, it backfired. But yeah, voting out Taisha would have been the bigger move that round. But it wasn't the right move for me. When the right move was for when the move was right for me, I did it. At Final 6, Taisha was my closest ally for a long period of the game. She had to go. At Final 4, X never in a million years, I honestly don't think he would thought I would have voted him at Final 4, but he had to go at that point in the game. So yes, I kept these big players in the game for a long time because it wasn't the right time. But there's a reason why none of them are in the end, and I am, because you shouldn't focus on making the biggest move. You have to make the right move at the right time, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I didn't receive a single vote this whole game. Thank you very much. I love you all. Make any decision you have to. I respect it either way. Thank you.
Thank you, Zach. Thank you, Valiant. Or Zach. Oh my gosh. Zach just messaged in prod. I'm sorry. Okay. Thank you, Jake. Thank you, Valiant, as well. So it is now time for the 11 jurors to each cast their vote. So jurors, I will give you until 9:30 to cast or confirm your vote for either Jake or Velian to win this game. You are voting for a winner. And then, yeah, at 9:30, hopefully I will be back with the votes. If you two could both stay muted for me until that time.
Yes, I will. 1 second.
Votes are officially locked. I'm going to get them ready and we will announce a winner. Okay, as I get the votes ready, if the jurors would like to come on camera, please stay muted. But if you'd like to come on camera for the vote reveal, you may do so. Okay, for the final time this season, I have the votes. You want to see your name, obviously. With 11 jurors, it takes 6 votes to win. Here we go. First vote, Jake. Second vote, Jake. It's 2 votes, Jake. Third vote, Velian. Fourth vote, Velian. It's 2 votes, Jake, 2 votes, Velian. Jake. Velian. That's 3 votes each. And 5 votes left. Jake. Velian. It's 4 votes, Jake, 4 votes, Velian, 3 votes left. Ninth vote, Jake. So 5 votes, Jake, 4 votes, Velian. 10th vote, Jake. Congratulations, Jake. You are the winner of Surviving 1984 from the Ashes. Final vote is for Jake. Jake, you have won 7-4. If you have anything to say.
Thank you all so much.
Congratulations, Jake.
It's a lot to me, Velian. I love you. You're such a sweet person. To all the jurors, whether you voted for me or not, I loved you, and I really enjoyed playing with you. And I hope that we can be friends after the game. You don't hate me because I was a bit fake, but I love you all. Thank you.
Okay, congratulations to you, Jake. For the record, the Jake votes were from Kira, X, Sky, Taisha, AJ, Fabi, and Laura. The Velian votes were Garrett, Zach, Ali, and Brian. So I'm going to stop the stream momentarily. We are going to give the Zoom link to the pre-jurors. If any of them are watching or want to come on, they will be welcome to do so. So we'll give maybe a 5-10 minute intermission for that. And then